Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. This is Mahmoud Ramadan from Droid Courses. I'm really happy to be here today to share with you some insights about building a Google Keep Notes clone for Android. So let's start with the core features. But before starting, I just need to give you some notification that this will be the last video in this series. And from the next video, we'll start inshallah in building the Twitter UI clone as I promised before. So let's start with what are the core features in Google Keep Notes application. As you know, Google Keep is just note-taking application built by Google, and it was of the successful apps they have. It's very, I would say, it's very challenging and complex application. You will know why I am saying this after you watch this video, of course. So please, if you're still watching me, just show your support by hit the like button. Okay, so let's start with the core features. We have note creation, which is text, checklist, drawing, and voice. So you can add text or checklist or drawing, which is sketch or freehand, a sketch and voice through recording your voice and add this audio to the note. Okay. You have search and categorization. You can search by titles, tags, labels, colors also. And there is sync and offline support, which one of the challenge features in this application. Reminder and notifications. You can schedule reminders for specific note. You can get push or local notification based on this reminder. Archiving and binning, so you can bin some notes to be to reorder the visibility of the most highest important notes to the top of the list. You can archive some notes, of course, and also multi-device support. So you can also, if you have multiple devices, let's say you have iOS, iPhone, or iPhone, for example, or the web client, or you have a tablet, for example, and you have a change in on one of the notes, you can expect that you can see this change in the other devices you have. Okay, user authentication and UI features like dragging and ordering and all the other stuffs of sketching and so on. So let's start with the most easy part, which is UI, of course, here. So mainly the application is simple. In UI, you have a list of items. You can change the visibility of the list to be grid, or you have drawer, you have the note, adding new note. So in the adding or creation of the note, you can have multiple sections on the screen. The first top one is related to the images or drawing you have. And it has a collage effect, so you can see it's like multiple of images organized in different shapes, like segments or something like this, based on the number of the images and the part of the text. And at the bottom, you have the actions like adding drawing, adding color, adding labels, and so on. So I think this is the most easy part in this application. But the challenges in actually in the client, because as we will see now, I need just first to give you some like overview about I hope it's clear, but don't worry, I will walk through these entities, how to model this. So as we said, we work with offline first. So the first contact for you is your local database. So of course we have the app, the UI, which talks to the local through ROM database. Of course you use clean architecture and so on. We don't focus on the architecture right now. So you have to have multiple tables and you have relationships between them. The first table entity we need to have is user, which map the user ID, name, created, and so on. You need also another table for checklist, which is a type of notes you can add to the note. You have label table, okay, which define labels. You can filter all the notes with this, or you can categorize by label. You have the note which is the main component nodes, and this node have node ID, user ID, title, content, which is a text node type, if it is text, drawing, or mix between them. Color is archived, is pinned, created, add, updated, add, and sync status. Sync status like pending, synced, or failed. And the status also of the nodes like inserted, deleted, updated. Okay. Another entity you need to have is reminders. You have a reminder table with reminder ID, node ID, reminder time is completed and created, add, and attachments. Attachments also is a table because as we said, it's a node, and this node can include a voice, or can include image or multiple of images, of course. Also, you have a drawing which is a sketch. You can draw something and convert, and this will be converted like image. So at the end, we can say it's a file. Okay, so it's attachment. So in attachment table, you need attachment table, attachment ID. Every attachment ID, you have also node ID, attachment types, which is drawing, voice, and so on. The file bus, we store the file bus, not store the content like image as a bitmap or bytes. This is wrong. Please don't do this. Created, add also. The relation between the tables, of course, if we mapping between users and nodes. So every user can have one or many nodes. A node can have one or many of a checklist. Nodes can also have the nodes and labels. It's many to many relationships. So label can have multiple nodes, and nodes can be also have multiple labels. So the relation between nodes and labels is many to many. I hope you know, of course, this. So I will not explain this type of relations. Nodes and reminders. Also, nodes have one or too many. Nodes have one-to-one reminder, and nodes have one to many attachments. So per node you can add multiple of attachments, of course. Okay, this is about the entity or ERD, entity relationship. Now I need to go back. So now we have, I will stress on the most difficult part or challenges, which is offline first, synchronization, and multiple device support. Okay, because I think this is these are the most challenges, difficult tasks you may encounter during the development. So as we said, we have the node. So we have two cases actually. Either we are have active connection, so we are online or offline. So you need always to think, or the first contact is to make the CRUD, create, read, update, delete operations through database. So if we have a connection, so we make the CRUD over the local and schedule call or worker or job to be run to update the server with this. Okay, and you have two cases here now. If this the sync is correctly or successfully submitted or not. So if it's successfully, you need to update your local records, the nodes, with the status, like it's synced or failed. And also at the first or initiation of the request, it's pending, the status. Also, it's important to have a timestamp for every update happen on the record, because this will be very, very important while we're talking about the conflict resolution. We will talk about this later. So in case of offline, so you need to write on database and enqueue the job in the work manager. So our job queue here is work manager. We use work manager to handle the background and enqueue the job or the worker. Okay, so when I say job, it means a worker. Okay. So we talk about this part. Okay, but what about if I have multiple devices? Okay, if I have multiple devices, so I need to sync data between all of them, and I need to make sure every change is correct. So to do this in best way, it will be good, and data will be synced or submitted, no matter you have the where in iPhone or tablet or mobile. But the real issue will happen when you have two or the same node, and I start make edit in my phone, okay, and I'm offline, and then I go to the tablet and I'm offline also, and updated the same node. Okay, let's say now the two devices has active connection at the same time, and at worst case scenario we have two changes or two changes in the same node, so there is a conflict will happen. Okay, and to resolve this we have something called conflict resolution strategy. So there is three types of conflict resolution you can adapt. It's based on the business technical discussion, a lot of things. The first strategy is last right wins. So you will accept the last version, last right, okay, and ignore the second one. Or using versioning, you need to have a version per every change or every update on the records. Okay, so that I'm saying timestamp is one of the important thing. So we need to know when the last when every time you make a sync successfully, you update in the server and the local database last time of the sync, successful sync. And the next fetch or next sync will start from this time. Okay, this will reduce or minimize the hit of the calls on the server. Okay. Okay, also there is the third way of conflict resolution is user intervention or merge. This is something sometimes or based on the business they decided to make it manually resolution or conflict, like when you have a conflict in Git and you set with your teammate to resolve the conflicts manually, because you know which part is correct and which part is wrong. So in this case, the front end needs to get updated, update the user about the conflict and make it him to allow a specific version from the other. Okay, that's cool. So we talked about offline first, that we need to first create the CRUD over the ROM, then queue the updates in case of there is internet or there is no internet. If there is no internet, it will be communicated with the server, and we need to handle the error handling if it happens. Okay, and if there is no internet connection, we enqueue this until there is a next version, next time to the connectivity change to be active again. Okay, we talked about the sync mechanism, that we need to make sure that we have last modified timestamp per every request, and we need to add dirty flags, which is mark the record like inserted, updated, deleted, and so on. And we need also, we talked about that we need, when we after the successful the next time we need to sync the data to be available. We need to have to fetch data first from the last time of the successful sync, and after that we insert or update the items in local records of the change. Okay. What else? We also need to take care of something. We need to send our updates as a batch, not like every time there's a change we need to send a request, because this will be a headache on the servers. And imagine we have like 1 million or 5 million, 10 million active users, and doing this every change they have like requests at the same time to the server. This will be very bad or will affect the server. You need also to have a compression of the payload if it's large. Okay, so you need to compress the payload when you're uploading. Of course, you need to take care or give much more time important to what is it, to error handling, of course, because when you have a sync, you need, maybe you will have like error handling, you will the sync maybe partially failed or totally failed or something like this, or maybe API's timeout. So that I'm said before, this is one of the very most challenging and complex application. So if we can, I know it's not well organized, but because it's a very complex application. Also, there is something. Let's say now I'm go to the version of front end on the web, and I change to or make an update for the record or for note that I sent successfully before from my client, and I make a change. Now I need to notify also the clients, iPhone or Android, about this change. And to implement this in Android, of course, we should follow a technique called server side sent driven, or server side effect, or server sent effect event. Server sent event, it's technique when there is a change happen in the record or in the database in remote. We need to notify the client about this. So we have like in OkHTTP, you can search for something like server side event, how to manage it with OkHTTP. This is something is very unidirectional communication. So in this case, I need to get update from the server that there is change happened. Okay, but I'm not interested about sending something from me as a client to it. It's one directional from server to the client. Okay, and when I get this info, I will update the record locally. Okay, there is also something very important. We need at the start to mark all devices or send the device unique identifier per device to the server, because when there is a change for the clients, we need to know which device we will send the update. And also in the conflict, we need to know which device now has a conflict, or which time, and so on. So you need to have an entity for the device in the table also of Chrome. Okay, so also if you you can see some features related to the UI, like dragging and reordering. I think this is something easy, or you can search for it. Of course, for reminders, you need to use Alarm Manager to make schedule events. You need also to view or listen to the audio player. You can use Exoplayer. Okay, recording the video, you can media recorder also. And the work manager, you will use it to to have a sync operation and so on. Finally, I think this is most of the challenges you may face during this application if you decided to make something like it. So at the end, I hope I give you some insights about this this application. And as I said, it's a very challenging application. I hope you like it. So if you like it, I need you to get your feedback. So please give your inputs, like writing comments below this, and any suggestion will be considered. And finally, I hope you are safe and enjoy this video. See you in the next videos, and have a nice day.